linear equations. Okay. Now, why do we call them linear equations? Because they create a straight line. Okay, that's why we call them linear equations. Later on class, as we progress, we will be graphing lines, okay, or linear equations. And later on, simple inequalities. Okay. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so what are we going to learn in this chapter? Okay, so we will explore the concepts of equation and inequality. Of course, we know equation, we have the equal sign. For inequality, we have the greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. And then solve linear equations in one variable. Okay, so this is the finding for x. Finding x, this one, this number 2. And then number 3, solve fractional equations. Okay, so what if we're given fractions? Number 4, evaluate an unknown in a formula. Okay, so we will have that also. And then number 5, formulate linear equations to solve word problems. And lastly, solve simple inequalities. Okay. Anyway, what's an equation? Okay. Okay. Besides having the equal sign, what's an equation? So, by the way, what's an equation? What does it say? From the word equal, right? That means, okay, the left side is equal to the right side. That's what it means. Okay. Whatever is on the left is equal with whatever on the right side. That's why it's called equation. It's equal. Okay. Again, what's on the left side of the equal sign is equal to to what's on the right of the equal sign, or this is equal to this. Okay, it's something like that. Okay. Now you can think of x as, let's say, what. Okay, what. Okay. Okay. What number plus 2 is equal to 5? Anyone? What's your answer?
3.
3, right? So that's your answer for this one. Okay. So x is equal to 3. Okay. Because 3 plus 2 is equal to 5, right? Very easy. Oh, wait. Sorry. Okay, hello. Okay. So again, x here is 3, right? So again, think of x as what? Okay, what is plus 2 equals to 5? Okay, so uh, x being 3 makes this an equation, makes it equal. Okay, so what is the solution? Okay, it's okay. The x equals to 3 is your solution. Okay, so it makes the equation true. Okay, so again, x is equal to 3. I know everyone knows this. Okay, I'm just emphasizing something here. Okay, so again, equation works like this. You think of an equation as a balance. Okay, like this. Okay, so in order for this to balance, okay, the left and the right side should be equal. So we know that. By the way, LHS and RHS means left hand side, and then this is obviously the right hand side. Okay, it's just telling us that this is the left and then this is the right hand side. Okay. Okay, so we know that x is 3, right? Okay, so now this is an equation because the left is perfectly balanced or equal to the right. Okay, that's what makes it an equation. Okay. All right, now how do we solve this algebraically? Okay, how do we solve this in algebra method? Okay, so first we need to isolate x. So if you're given again x plus 2 is equal to 5. So by the way, these are my steps now. Okay, so we need to isolate x, or the variable, whatever letter, because it can be x, it can be y, it can be z, It can be A, B, or C. It depends on the question. Okay. Okay, but what do we need to do first is to isolate x. Okay, isolate x. That means we leave x alone in one side of the equation. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's on the left or on the right. Okay, so is that clear? And then what do we do next? Okay, so in the left side, we need to isolate x, right? Okay, but x here has plus 2. How do we remove 2 on the left side? So we basically subtract 2 on the left side. Now, class, remember this. We said that equations are always equal, right? So whatever we do on the left side, we also do it on the right side because they're equal, right? So what? So they get the same treatment. Okay, so if we subtract negative 2 on the left side, we also subtract negative 2 on the right side. So that's makes them equal, okay? So what happens? So 2 here is now removed. It's 0 now. So what's left? So x is left, right? And then, so 5 minus 2 gives you 3. So that's it. That's how you solve your equation algebraically. I know there are shortcuts. There are lots of shortcuts and maybe easier ways of finding x, okay? But what I'm trying to explain here, class, is that this is the very basic, okay? This is the very concept of how do we solve for x. Later on, I'll teach you how to do some shortcuts, okay? Okay, so now I'll teach you one method, okay, of the shortcut. So you don't have to do this every time, okay? You don't have to do it minus 2, okay? Sorry. Sorry, so what is the shortcut that I'm talking about? Okay, so the shortcut there is this one, okay? This is the transpose method, okay? So when we transpose, okay, so when we transpose, remember this class, a number or a variable crosses the equal sign. Okay, the equal sign is our border. It's like uh, our border between two countries, okay? So let's say we have x plus 2 equals 5, right, from the previous questions, okay? Now, the keyword here is transpose. When you transpose, because class, why do we need to remove 2 here? Because we need to isolate x, right? We need x to be alone in the left side or in one side of the equation, okay? So in this case, since x is already positive, okay, and because x should always be positive, okay, so we should remove 2, right? So instead of minus 2, okay, so the keyword here is let's just transpose positive 2 on the other side of the equation. Okay, remember that. Transpose positive 2 to the right side. Okay, now if you transpose, since this is plus 2, remember this class. So when you transpose, it changes its sign. Okay, so it becomes x equals 5. What happens to positive 2 if we transpose it to the right side? Anyone? What happens to plus 2? It becomes?
X equals 5 minus 2.
Okay, 5 minus 2. Okay, so it becomes 5 minus 2. Okay, remember, when you change, okay, when you transpose something, it becomes negative. You change, right? For example, from Indonesian, you want to become African, something like that. Okay, you should change your passport. So if it's positive, you change to another. Okay, so negative. That's a simple example there. Okay, 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 but you get the point, right? So from positive, it becomes minus 2. Vice versa. If this turns out to be, let's say, minus 2, and so it becomes plus 2 here. So just that, okay? So remember that method, class. So this is the very first shortcut that I'm going to teach you, the transposition method. Okay. So okay. So let's answer this now. Can someone help me? I'll call you guys one by one. So Stella, since you got the highest score, so can you please help me on this, step by step? Okay. Okay. So x plus 3 equals 7. Stella, what's your answer?
Answer is 4.
Okay, 4. Again, you think of x as the word what? What? Okay, what is plus 3 equals 7? So x here is equal to 4. Okay, okay, correct. That's it. Okay, correct. X is equal to 4. Now, uh, if you want to show it algebraically, okay, so basically we just x equals 7 and then transpose 3, right, to the right side. So what happens to 3? It becomes minus 3. So that's why your answer is 4. Anyway, but this one, I mean, this type of questions, these are automatic. Okay. Okay. So Matthew. Okay. So since you're okay, tied with Tisha with the second highest. All right, Matthew. What's letter B?
Do I just say the answer
Yeah,
or
yeah. You say the answer.
uh, x equals
What?
13?
13. Okay. So x is equal to 13. Okay, very good. Correct. Okay. Because 13 minus 7 is 6. So that's it. Okay. Okay. How about letter C? Okay. Tisha, letter C.
X equals negative 10.
Okay, negative 10, right? So this is negative 10. Okay. Now let's just show it algebraically. Okay. So let me explain this now. Okay. So your answer, Tisha, is correct. Okay. So how do we get negative 10? Okay. So again, first step is to isolate x. Just leave x alone in one side. So that means I need to transpose positive 3. Okay, so to the right side. So bring down x, then equals, and then bring down negative 7. What happens with positive 3 or plus 3? It becomes, when you transpose this, what happens? Okay, what happens with 3? It becomes minus 3, right? Okay. So x now is equal to, what is negative 7 minus 3? So it's negative 10. That's why your answer is negative 10. Okay, so that's how we get our answer. Okay, Brian, letter D. What is x minus 2 equals negative 3?
Um,
Okay, what is negative? I mean, what number when you say
negative what?
negative?
Negative
Hmm?
1.
Okay, negative 1. Okay, very good. Okay, so let me show it to your classmates algebraically. So bring down x equals negative 3. What do we do with negative 2? We transpose it here on the right side. So from negative 2, it becomes positive 2 or plus 2. So x is equal to, again, negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. So your answer, Brian, is correct. Okay, x here is equal to negative 1. Okay, so that's it. So that's how you solve equations. I think everyone knows this, right? Okay, so this is just a one step equation. Okay, so there can be multiple steps. Okay, okay, so let's have a two-step later. Okay, so what if, okay, what if, look at our previous examples here. X is just x, right? What if it has a number with it? What if it has a coefficient like this? Okay, what if your question is 2x is equal to 10? Okay, how do you solve for x? Hmm? Okay, so basically the same concept. We need to isolate x. We need x alone in one side. But then 2 here is with x. So how do we get rid of 2 here? Okay, so in this case, to remove 2 from x, so we need to divide both sides by 2. Because if we wish to remove 2, we need to divide it by 2 to cancel that. Okay, since they are since they are, or it is an equation, so whatever you do on the left, you do the same on the right. That's why you divide both sides by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is cancelled. So you're left with x equals, what is 10 divided by 2? So it's 5. So therefore, x equals to 5 is your solution. So remember this class. This is another basic step. Okay. Okay. So next, Ryan, can you help me with letter A? So what is the solution here? What if you're given 2x is equal to 20? What is the value of x?
20 divided by 2, which is 10.
Okay, so very good. So, okay, so again, to remove 2, we divide both sides, okay, by 2. Okay, so this is cancelled. So x is equal to 10. Okay, thanks, Ryan. Okay, okay, Radev, how about letter B? Radev, what is your answer? Negative 4x is equal to 16. What is the value of x, Radev? Huh? Radev, are you there?
Yeah.
What's your answer, Radev? What is x? What is the value of x? What will satisfy our equation? What number? What number, when you multiply to negative 4, gives you 16? Hmm? What do you think? Okay, what should we do to remove negative 4, Radev? We should divide both sides by what? Radev? Uh, Earth calling Radev. What is the number? You should divide negative 4x by this. By whatever number is with x, because you're trying to get rid of this, right? So you divide it by negative 4 also. Okay, and then you also divide the other side with negative 4, or by negative 4. So what do you get? So negative 4 is cancelled out. So x is equal to, what is 16 divided by negative 4? So your answer is negative 4. That's it. That's your answer. X is equal to negative 4. Okay. Okay, how about, okay, one more. Who wants to volunteer? Letter C. What's your answer here? Anyone who wants to volunteer for letter C? Hmm? How do we solve for x?
10.
Okay,
10.
10, right? So we need to divide both sides by negative 5. So this is cancelled. So x is equal to, so negative 50 divided by negative 5. So that is 10. That's it. Okay, so do you have any question, class, with our examples? So far, so good? Okay. Okay, now let's combine those two skills that we have learned. Okay, so let's combine what we did here and what we did with this one. Okay, so this is a two-step equation questions. Okay, okay, so let's have. You want to try to answer this first, class? Okay, I'll give you. Okay, without me teaching, I'll just teach the letter A. Okay, and then you do letter B, C, and D on your own. Okay. Now, how do we solve this two-step equation problems? Okay, first, remember this class. First, before you divide everything by 2, okay, you should remove all constants first, okay. So first step you need to do here is to remove -5 first, is to transpose -5 to the other side. Never do this. Don't do this, class. You cannot divide this by 2, okay? Because you cannot divide this by 2, right? You will get a wrong answer. Okay, so first, clear everything first on the left side, okay? Removing the constants first. So what is the first step here? So bring down 2x, okay? Bring down 2x equals 5. And then what happens with this -5? So we need to transpose this first. Okay, so it becomes plus 5. Okay, and then let's answer this. So 2x is equal to, what is 5 plus 5? 10. Okay, and then observe. So we have 2x is equal to 10, just like this examples right here. So that's the time that we will divide this. So divide both sides by 2 because you want to eliminate, I mean, you want to remove this. You only want x on the left side. So this is cancelled. So x here is equal to 5. So that's your answer. X is equal to 5. Now, how do you check if your answer is correct? Okay, maybe Mr. Jojo is not telling the truth. Okay, how do you check if your answer is correct? So this is how you check. Okay, you don't have to perform this every now and then. Okay, I'll just teach you how to check if your answer is correct. Now you say that x is equal to 5, right? Now, going back to the question itself, we have 2x minus 5 is equal to 5. Now, if x is equal to 5, that means that this x here is 5. So by doing that, so 2 times 5 minus 5. Okay. So here I substituted x is equal to 5 because it says your answer is x. So that means that this x here is 5 from here. So that means that this is 10 minus 5 equals 5. So that is 5 is equal to 5. Okay, so is it true that 5 is equal to 5? Yes, of course. So that means if 5 is equal to 5, your answer is correct. Okay, so that's how you check your answers. Okay, but even so, I know okay, you will easily get this topic here. Okay, so please get a pen and a paper. Okay, so you do letter B, C, and D. I'll give you guys 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. You have a paper there and a pen. Please, if you're finished, send it to our WhatsApp group. Okay.
What questions, Mister?
B, C, D. B, C, D. Just 3 questions. Okay. 5 minutes. So if you're finished, send your
Can we send it now?
Hi. Hi. Sorry, my iPad lagged. Okay. That's why no one is answering my question. Okay. Anyway, I won't record this. Okay. So, which part did you miss? I mean, did we end? Okay. Did I finish explaining this? Yeah. Check one.
Yes.
Okay. So you're supposed to do letter B, C, and D. Okay. Again, if you're finished, okay, I'll give you 5 minutes. Okay. Hurry up with this. Okay. Solve for X. Okay.
Do we send our work once we're done?
Yes. Yes, Tisha. Please, if you're finished, send your workings in our group. Okay. Okay. So Tisha. So okay, correct. Okay, correct. And correct. All correct, Tisha. Okay. Mm. So Tisha, I suggest. Okay. So for dividing, you can just do some fractions like this. Okay, but it's up to you. Okay. Okay. So Stella. So correct, correct, and correct. Okay, all correct, Stella. How about the boys? Boys.
Do we have to show our working or can we just write the answer?
Show your workings, of course. This is a two-step question now. If it's one step, you can just show the answer right away. Okay, so Matthew, correct. Letter C is correct, -2, and letter D is correct, -3. Okay, all correct, Matthew. Okay, Brian. So B is correct, C is correct, and D is correct. All correct, Brian. Okay, Ryan and Radev, please send your answers now. Okay, so let me write the answers now. Okay, because it's already 5 minutes. All right, so for letter B, so first, okay, so wait, Radev B, why is it 0? C is -2, supposed to be -2, and D is -3, correct. Okay, please explain. Okay, so please listen here, Radev. Okay, so for letter B, we are looking for x. We need to maintain x. Okay, so x cannot be missing. Okay, so because we're looking for the value for the solution of x, the solution that will make this an equation. Okay, think of this. What do you multiply with 3? And then when you add 4, you get 7. That's the main question there. Okay. Okay, so let's answer this. So first, we need to isolate x on the left side, right? So first, what I'll do is to transpose 4 to the right side. So I'll bring down 3x equals 7. Therefore, positive 4 here becomes -4, okay, or -4. And then what's next? So we bring down 3x equals, what is 7 minus 4? It's 3. So if you want to get rid of 3, because we just want x, right? So how do we get rid of 3? So we divide both sides by 3. So this is cancelled. So therefore x is equal to 1. So that's your answer for letter B. Okay. How about for letter C? So for letter C, with Ryan, it's fine. 1. What's your answer with letter C? Hmm. Okay, so listen here, Ryan, with letter C. Okay, so for letter C, first step here, when you're given, okay, is you transpose positive 3. Okay, you don't divide right away. Okay, so you don't divide right away. So bring down -3x equals 9. What happens with plus 3? It becomes -3. Okay, let me align this. Okay, so it becomes -3. So -3x equals, what is 9 minus 3? It is 6. Now we only want x. So we need to remove -3. So let's divide both sides by -3. So this is now just x equals, what is 6 divided by -3? It's -2. That's it. That's your answer for letter C. Okay. How about letter D? Okay, so again, we isolate x, so we remove everything except x. So I transpose -2 first on the right side. So we bring down -5x equals 13. So from -2 or -2, it becomes what? +2 here. And then bring down -5x equals, what is 13 plus 2? It's 15. So we want to get rid of -5, we just want x. So we divide both sides by -5. So x is equal to negative 3. So that's your answer for B, C, and D. Okay, do you have any question, class? None? Okay, what time is it? Okay. Okay, so let's just have the trickier questions by tomorrow. Okay. Okay. So okay, let's have just one more example. Okay, just one more example, and then we will continue with this tomorrow. So after this, you will do something from the book. Okay. Now look here, class. So we have x now. This is our problem. We have two x's now in opposite sides. So we have 3x here, and then we have here x. So the first step when you have two x's like this is to put them together in one side. Remember that, class. Put them together in one side. So it's up to you. If you want to put this 3x to the right side or just this x to the left side, it's up to you. Okay. So my rule here is that all variables in one side and then all constants in one side. Just that. Okay. So I'll bring down 3x. I'll transpose x to the left side. Okay, all variables on the left side, I mean on one side. In this case, I'll put x in the left side. So it becomes minus x. Okay, so we transpose. Because from positive, when you transpose, it becomes minus. Okay, and then equals, bring down negative 10. So what do we want to do here is to transpose positive 4. Again, all variables in one side and then the other are the constants. So I'm putting the constants in the right side. So from plus 4, it becomes minus 4. Okay, and then let's simplify first. What is 3x minus x? That is 2x, right? And then equals, okay, wait. So this is 2x equals, what is negative 10 minus 4? That's equal to negative 14. And look, so we are left with 1x. So it's 2x. So how do we get rid of 2? So divide both sides again by 2. Okay, so what is x? X is negative 7. So that's your answer for letter A.